everyone, hope you're doing good, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Poisoned Ascendancy gig from the 1st of February 2025 at the O2 Arena in London, featuring Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine, with special guests Orbit Culture. And for me, this was my first time ever seeing Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine live. And it was a special show because Trivium played the whole of Ascendancy in full. Bullet for My Valentine played the whole of the Poison in full, to celebrate the 20th anniversary of both of those albums being released. And in this video I'm going to be talking about my day, the bands, my overall thoughts, and there'll be a few clips of the bands at the end of this video. I hope you go on to enjoy the video, and if you're new around here, please consider subscribing for more guitar, rock and metal music content. Thank you very much. Now let's get into the review. So for this show I went with my dad, and my dad's friend Keech took us with his sister Janine, and we left around 3:15 in the afternoon ish. Took us just a little over 90 minutes to get to London, to the O2. Yeah, I think we arrived around 5 o'clock ish. And I just want to say a big thank you to Keith for taking us, because we definitely wouldn't have got there without him driving, and yeah, he done a great job getting us there and back safely. So yeah, once we got to the O2, we went straight to the merch store and got some merch. I actually ended up getting 2 t-shirts. I got this one, which has got the artwork, Bullet for My Valentine and Trivium. My dad also got one as well, which I'll show, and I'll show the back here. It's got Trivium, it's got all the tour dates, and it's got Bullet for My Valentine there. Really cool t-shirt. And I also picked up a Trivium Ascendancy special 20th anniversary edition of the artwork, and on the back it's got 20th anniversary and the track listing. Really cool t-shirt. And I also got a poster of this artwork with the tour dates and everything on it. I'll leave some pictures of the poster if you want to look at it. And also, when I'm filming this, the frame arrived, which I'm going to frame it and put it up on my wall. So if I get this video out in time, I will have a picture of it on the wall as well, which will be really cool. So yeah, that's that. And then after we got the merch, we went to Costa, got some food, had some toasties and a coffee. My dad didn't have a coffee because he doesn't like coffee. He had a hot chocolate instead, which looked very nice, to be fair. And then by the time we'd had that, it was time to go inside the O2, sit down. And we literally got in 2 minutes. We sat down, just about to get settled, and then the first band come on. So the first band on was Orbit Culture, and I had actually never listened to them before the gig. I knew of them, but never really checked them out. I did give them a little listen before the gig, however, just the songs that they were playing in the set list. And I thought it was cool. You know, they're classed as a melodic death metal band and groove metal band from Sweden. And I thought they were pretty good. You know, listening to the songs on Spotify, I was like, yeah, it's alright. But when they started playing, you know, I think they're a lot better live than they are on recording, which is always a good thing. And yeah, I think they started off the night really well. To me, they didn't really sound like a melodic death metal band that I've ever listened to. You know, they don't sound like At the Gates, they don't sound like In Flames, they don't sound like Arch Enemy, you know. They've kind of got their own specific sound. You know, they've got like a really heavy, dark sound with some rhythmic grooves, sort of a bit like Gojira and Silosis when they do that rhythmic groove. Obviously, melody is in there, so a little bit of clean vocals. But they've definitely got a real heavy, dark atmosphere throughout their songs, which is it really comes across live. And yeah, I thought they were really good. My dad actually really enjoyed them. He, you know, after the show, he was really impressed with them. He said, so that's always good. So yeah, that was the first band, and then entered the stage Trivium. This was really the band that me and my dad went for. No disrespect to the other bands, I love Bullet, I really liked Orbit Culture, but Trivium, as some of you will know, you know, a lot of my viewers will know that I'm a massive Trivium fan, and yeah, getting the chance to see them live has been a long time coming for me. I've missed them a few times when they've come, just didn't have a chance to see them. So to get this opportunity was just, you know, I was never gonna not be there for this. And they did not disappoint. They were absolutely fantastic. The visuals they had, the performance was absolutely top quality. Alex Bent done a absolutely brilliant drum solo in the middle of the set. And then when the band come back on to play A Gunshot to the Head of Trepidation, they had a really cool like a pop-up of this guy from the artwork. It was like a life-size massive pop-up thing, you know, sort of similar to like what Iron Maiden have done in the past with Eddie. Have a massive like pop-up, and he was kind of popping in and out like that. It was really cool. And yeah, so they played the whole album, and then right at the end of their set, they played In Waves, and that was really awesome. When they played that, it was just everyone was bouncing. It was brilliant. Matt Heafy was so good. He was so gracious to the fans. You know, he was absolutely blown away by the reception that they got, and honestly, I think the band were probably blown away more by the crowd that we had than maybe on a couple of other shows. I even saw like after the gig that he had posted on his YouTube channel that he was just so blown away by the support that we give them. And that makes it even more special. And yeah, this album does mean a lot to me. You know, this band has been with me all through my personal internal shit that I've had going on for a few years now. This band's always been there, and this album especially has always been a special one for me. You know, the album itself is all about dealing with a lot of mental issues, overcoming it, and you know, it sort of has a deeper connection with me. And even Matt talking during the set about him having a rough 2024 and this album being a salvation for him. I really had a deep connection there with Matt. Matt being one of my music heroes anyway, you know, it's just meant more. And to be honest, on reflection, like the day after the gig, I actually got a little bit emotional about it, and I can't, you know, I can't lie. I did. It really hit me, and I was like, you know, this band really does mean a lot to me, and the fact that I've seen them, it does mean a lot. You know, I absolutely screamed and sang through every single song, and it was absolutely fantastic to see them live. And then after that, Bullet for My Valentine came on, and well, I knew that Trivium was going to be hard to follow, and Bullet for My Valentine, they may have just done it. They put on an absolutely fantastic show again as well. They had some really great visuals, you know, the pyrotechnics that they had, some really nice visuals on the screen. They even had a really cool little intro before they came on, going through, had like clips from back in the day when they were young, when they just started out with this album, and you know, being on Kerrang and doing Download for the first time and all sorts of stuff like that. It was really, really cool. And then of course they came on and absolutely blew it out the park. Awesome set list. They didn't play the whole of the album. I'm pretty certain they missed out Spit You Out. They cut that song and they did Hand of Blood instead, which is one of their biggest songs from back in the day. It was actually on their debut EP, but of course on the reissue they did include Hand of Blood, so I guess they just swapped those two songs out, which is fine. And then at the end they did an encore of Knives from their current album and Waking the Demon from Scream Aim Fire, which was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, the Matt Tuck, just like Matt Heafy, was absolutely blown away by the crowd. I think the crowd were absolutely brilliant for Bullet. I think there may have been more people there for Bullet than for Trivium, but you know, everyone was singing, and you know, it was just absolutely brilliant to be in that environment. You know, everyone singing on the same hymn sheet, literally, was just absolutely fantastic. You know, it was awesome to be singing along, especially Tears Don't Fall and All These Things I Hate. Those two songs, everyone was singing it. It was absolutely brilliant. And yeah, just like with Trivium, I was singing and screaming through every single song, and it was just an excellent way to round off an epic night. So before we get into the clips, I just wanted to go through a couple of final thoughts. I just wanted to say that this is definitely the best gig I've ever been to, and I don't even need to think about it. I know this is the best gig I've ever been to. It was absolutely fantastic. And, you know, I definitely feel a lot more complete inside to finally have seen Trivium live, to tick that off. You know, I feel a lot more complete inside. And I'm really tempted to see them at Bloodstock, because they're headlining. They're one of the headliners at Bloodstock this year, and I'm really thinking about going just for them. My respect for these bands have massively been increased. I mean, I love these bands anyway, but I think I've gained even more respect for them after watching this show. And even found a new cool band as well, Orbit Culture. I'll definitely be checking them out a bit more. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'd love to know if you've seen any of these bands live. When, or have you even gone to this tour? Were you even in London for the gig at the O2? That'd be really awesome to know. And yeah, if you got this far, thanks ever so much for watching. And I'll now leave you with the clips. Keep it metal.